When is a preemptive strike legally justified in self-defense? Imagine a situation where a conflict seems unavoidable, and you are faced with a decision that could determine your safety or jeopardize your well-being. The question of when a preemptive strike is considered legally justified in self-defense is complex and rooted in international law and moral principles. It involves assessing whether an imminent threat exists and whether responding proactively is necessary to prevent harm. In legal terms, a preemptive strike is justified only when certain strict conditions are met. The core principle is that the threat must be imminent, meaning that an attack is about to happen without any delay. The threat must be immediate and unavoidable, leaving no room for diplomatic solutions or postponement. For example, intelligence indicating a missile launch scheduled within hours could justify a preemptive action if the threat is credible and the attack is imminent. Furthermore, the threat must be grave and substantial. It is not enough for there to be a minor or uncertain danger. The danger must be serious enough to justify taking urgent action. The potential harm must outweigh the risks associated with launching a preemptive strike. This assessment involves careful consideration of the severity of the threat and the likelihood of its occurrence. Another critical factor is the proportionality of the response. The force used in the preemptive action must be proportionate to the threat faced. Excessive or disproportionate responses are unlikely to be justified under international law. For instance, if an attack is expected from a small group of armed individuals, responding with overwhelming force that causes widespread destruction would not meet the criteria for legality. Additionally, the decision to act preemptively should be made within the context of seeking to prevent an attack, not to punish or retaliate after the fact. The action must be a last resort, taken only when all other options have been exhausted or are clearly ineffective. This emphasizes the importance of diplomacy and negotiation before resorting to military measures. In summary, a preemptive strike is legally justified in self-defense only when there is a credible, imminent threat of serious harm, and the response is necessary, proportionate, and undertaken as a last resort. These principles aim to balance the right to self-defense with the need to prevent unnecessary escalation and maintain international peace and security.